Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, my dudes. July 26th. We have a new Mythic banner that's dropping in Fire Emblem Heroes. Obviously, we know who it is. It is Freyr. A couple of things to note before we go through, look at the banner, react, all that stuff. The Mythic hero prediction thing that I put out, I oversaw a couple of things. It was a rush job. I will be better about just telling you when I'm scattered making it because I don't have time to give you guys a better idea. But I did pin a little correction in the top comment of that video, mainly that male Allier was slated to come back this month on this banner, but it didn't really affect anything. It was still Lucia just getting replaced by male Allier. Everything else, I think, will probably stay the same. We'll still likely see Saline and also rearmed Ingrid. And I said a lot that the new Mythic was likely blue and probably Freyr to coincide with the Tempest Trials thing that we had going on from the Book 4 Fairies. So all of that put together, we do know that it is Freyr, so that's hype. I can go ahead and check that one off my dub list. However, I do take an L because I completely blanked on the male Allier rerun because I wrote my notes before that banner came out. But that's neither here nor there. I thought it was going to be Freyr. It is Freyr. If he is blue, I feel like the rest of my prediction is going to fall into place. So let's take a look and see what we got. I know people were saying it could have been Veil also. I thought Veil also could have been an option. She wasn't. She was in my notes as a late addition, but I didn't actually mention her. So, oh, he's blue. Okay, perfect. I mean, we know that he's blue. Right?
Yes.
Maybe they would do something weird. I don't know. But they didn't. He's just blue. He's here and he's blue. Lull attack defense 4. Okay. So we have our newest tier 4 lull skill. That's Pog. We also have Dream Deliverer. We have attack defense Clash. We have Ignis, and we have Dream Horn. So a couple of new things. Attack defense Clash. It's just it's Clash and attack defense flavor. Okay, nothing too crazy there. Lull attack defense 4 inflicts attack defense minus X on foe, where X equals 4 plus the number of bonus effects active on foe, max of 8. So 4, I guess, right? Excludes stat bonuses and neutralizes foes' bonuses to attack defense from skills like Fortify Rally, etc. during combat. We'll read that out just in case. It's been a while since we've had the Lull 4 skill, I think. At least a little bit, maybe. Dream Deliverer is our unique C skill. Start player phase or enemy phase if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally. Neutralizes any penalty that takes effect on unit or allies within 2 spaces of unit at this time. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants a defense res plus 6 and resonant shields to unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. Okay. If unit is within 3 spaces of an ally, grants defense res plus 4 to unit and inflicts special cooldown charge minus 1 on foe per attack during combat. So we've got cooldown, right? We're inflicting cooldowns, negative cooldowns, I guess is the more accurate way to phrase it. We're getting defense res buffs. Okay. We're proccing resonant shields. Okay. So basically, we're just here to neutralize penalties and buff our defenses. That's the TLDR of Dream Deliverer. We're neutralizing bonuses to the foe's attack and defense, right? With Lull attack defense 4. And then we also have attack defense Clash. So basically, his passive skills, his A through C skills, are that they're going to handle ranged units very well. So your cav lines, for the most part, right? It seems like he wants to be slightly more defensive, which, you know, I'm pretty sure he was in fact a defensive mythic. Yeah, okay. So that makes sense. Everything's coming together, right? He's very attack defense defensive, right? Not so much res, probably, but definitely defense. And then we're neutralizing penalties, we're neutralizing foes bonuses, and we're basically keeping them from proccing their specials, right? So the general gist here is that I think he's meant to kind of corral basically long range units, probably cav lines, or I guess you know, anybody who's warping, things like that, right? Specifically the attack defense side of things. And we have Ignis here, so that backs that up. We're very defense driven. So everything in that passive kit kind of helps rectify that. I assume Dreamhorn is going to bring us home down the line here. Accelerate special trigger. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, inflicts attack defense minus X on foe, where X equals 50% of the highest total bonuses among unit and allies within 3 spaces of unit, plus 6. No max. Interesting. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack during combat, and reduces damage from attacks during combat and AoE specials, minus Rookers by 30%. So that's just straight out the gate. That's awesome. The only thing is our HP has to be higher than 25%. I think that's the only qualifier in all of this. At the start of turn, if unit is adjacent to only beast or dragon allies, or it's not adjacent to any ally, we transform. If unit transforms, we get attack plus 2. Inflicts attack defense minus X on foe during combat, where X equals number of spaces from start position to end position of whoever initiated combat, plus 3, max of 6. Okay, so 3 tiles, 3 spaces, max is all you need. And also, if X is greater than or equal to 5, reduces damage from foes for attack by 30%. So the weapon pretty much does a lot of good stuff. We're boosting damage effectively by, you know, debuffing their attack and defense, right? We're also kind of doubling up on the clash stuff, so position movements. We're getting bonus. We're getting buffed basically from Dreamhorn and attack defense clash. We're getting damage reduction. We're getting guaranteed follow-ups. There's a lot that's going on. So basically, he is going to do damage, and he's going to be a bit of a defense tank, specifically for stuff that has a lot of movement or warping or, you know, what have you. So that is primarily Freyr's objective here. It's not necessarily an overly unique thing. It seems like he's going to do his job very well, but so far it doesn't seem like something that's absolutely like, wow, I need to have this thing right now. So overall, I think it's good. I definitely think it's good. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's absolutely necessary to roll for, which I think is why they may bump priority with Rearmed Ingrid here. And then they're also pairing with Nerthas, potentially.
Your dreams end.
Poor Elm. It doesn't matter that you're green, buddy. Assuming, of course, Ingrid is on the banner still. Might not be. Might be Gilliam. Alright, so these are all the 4 shores, the guarantees that we knew about. Kellis was already full stock. There's Saline. Yep. There's Ingrid. Mm-hmm. Nerthas we knew, and then Allier, which was also confirmed. I was just a dummy and didn't say anything about it. And completely missed it. So there you go. They did actually bump up Ingrid past Gilliam. Makes sense. Gilliam, Nerthas, Freyr, not a very strong banner. Nerthas, Rearmed Ingrid, Freyr, pretty strong color, right? Boy, I gotta be honest with you guys. I don't think anything on here is really absolutely necessary to pull. I genuinely don't. I genuinely do not. It's not a bad banner. A lot of the units that they've been releasing lately are good. They're just solid overall. Every month is a new God Sword, stuff like that. I think, genuinely speaking, you could skip this banner very comfortably. I think this is a banner that you pull on if anybody of your favorites is there. Some of these, like Eitri Thor, for example, they may have one more mythic legendary rerun before they get bumped into like the remix pool for banners sometime next year, right? So the really good ones on here, like Thor and Eitri, may be easier to get within a year. And so I just don't know. I don't know. It's always up to your account, right? I think blue overall is very, very strong no matter what. I don't think any of them are absolutely necessary to roll for. Red, likewise. We got a little bit of Hardy Bearing with Legendary Lilina. There's Legendary Sigurd, who, is still a little bit nuts, right? Male Allier, which we got for free, so there's really not... It's probably not a huge priority to pull for him, given all of the other possible God Swords that you could try and roll for coming up here shortly. I don't think it's an overall absolutely necessary banner to roll on. Like, genuinely. It's not that it's bad. It's just that, the timing, given everything else that's coming down the road here with Braves and Hero Fests and Half Anniversary and there's a good shot that Yunaka is part of the Thief Part 2 banner that's happening, potentially. Could be a Thief banner, could be something else, but if it is a Thief banner, there's a good shot that Yunaka's on there. I know she is a fan favorite of a lot of people. I can't recommend you roll for this, man. Colorless is actually really solid. Colorless and blue are really, really solid. There's not really a downside there. Red and green, you have a little bit of mixed dating with possible, do I really need this? So it's like, I don't know. If you were just going to pull and dip, right, if you were going to get your freebie and run, I would say probably either blue or colorless are really good options. Obviously, newer mythics have a bit more benefit. But, I mean, since it's not a legendary and it's not going to make your life easier for Arena for an entire month, I don't know that you should pull on it. I think there are better things coming up that are probably more worth your time. Unless, of course, one of these is your favorite, right? A lot of people have been waiting for Freyr. I still think he's a good unit, and he will do his specified function very well. I just don't think it's an absolute necessary thing. So overall, pretty good banner. I think it's specific to the individual as to whether or not you should roll. So I can't give this like an absolute 10 out of 10 must pull. There is no downside. Everything has its ebb and flow here. So, just choose wisely into what you're doing. If you have FEH, you will be able to spark. So obviously keep that in mind. It's like, a little over 160, I think, 170, somewhere around there. If you pull every single stone, every single circle. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, pretty good banner. I don't think it's absolutely a must. But yeah, overall. I, for one, am just personally glad that even though I kind of mucked up the Legendary Mythic banner prediction thing, that it didn't really change much. It was really just, I blanked on the Allier thing because he was a separate trailer, and it hadn't even crossed my mind to write all of that down, and it's whatever. We just don't get Lucia. That's it. So that's totally fine. Everything else stayed the same. So I feel like I haven't led you astray, and that's great. If anything, you were maybe hoping Lucia was on this banner, And now she's not, and you don't have to spend any orbs or, you know, dodge another red option that you maybe don't want as much. So that's great. Mazel to all of us. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't completely butcher that, and it didn't, you know, probably hopefully throw any of you guys off too badly. Anyway, that's it. I think it's a good banner. I don't think it's necessary to pull on. I think there's probably better stuff coming up in the next couple weeks. So obviously wait. That's always the safest option, right? Like if I weren't making content, if I weren't doing summons of every banner, I would skip this. I would I would just skip it. There's no reason to not. There's no reason for me specifically to pull on it. But it will be live until the 11th of August. That will let you know what the new special heroes is, which again could be thieves, could be something else. But if it is thieves, it's probably Yunaka, and so you may want Yunaka over anything on here. That's just my 2 cents. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. I had a heck of a summon earlier today. It was probably the greatest summon video I've ever done in my entire life. So I will be editing that and getting it out to you, and I will also be making a short if you want the gist of it in 60 seconds or less. So look forward to that. Let me know if you're going to pull on the banner. I will, of course, have the hero tracker out the day that it drops, which is like 2 days away. So look forward to that. That's all I got for now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.